Okay. Well, I am so delighted to be here. I'm Dena Houston. Some people call me the queen of recycling. It's only because I've done it for so long that I have a lot more, shall we say, memory of recycling in Austin than a lot of people, in a history of course, growing up in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and trying to live after the war and the depression and the, you know, uh, Dust Bowl as our parents did. And so we got the culture of reusing stuff. Don't throw stuff away. And so I remember one time my dad had all this extra cardboard and he built a not doll, excuse me, a playhouse for us, big playhouse in the backyard. So he took bottle caps, put a nail through it, right, and secured the cardboard to the wood frame. And a couple years later, Hurricane Carla came through. Yeah. And I don't know if any of you remember Hurricane Carla, but it was a doozy. And we were in Houston, and the fence blew down, 2 trees blew down, but guess what? The cardboard playhouse was totally intact. So that's my daddy reusing some cardboard. About many years ago, well, first of all, the only recycling we did as kids was newspaper. So we all took our newspapers to school, and the room that had the most newspapers got I don't know, extra recess. How many of y'all did that? You bundled your newspapers, took them to school. Okay. So that's really the first recycling that I can remember. And when I moved into our house over in the Highland Park area, a lot of us had paper, and I don't know, we're just accumulating. You know how paper gets accumulated back in those days. And I noticed in East Austin, this company that bought paper. Oh my gosh, let's all save our paper, take it down there, get the money, and have a big neighborhood party. So we did. We saved it, and I sent out this little flyer that I did by hand because we didn't have computers or printers. And I called that Let Us Recycle, which is now my moniker. That's the name of my newsletter that goes out every month. And if you all are not on my mailing list and have an email address, if you will email me at that address on the top, I will be happy to put you to my distribution list. Nobody else gets your email, but you get this electronically each and every month. So anyway, so we moved in and we collected all this paper, and oh my gosh, we're so excited. We filled up my Toyota van. I was the first to drive down, and I drove down, and they weighed my car, and then they emptied it, and then they came out and gave me $1.53. So much for the neighborhood party. But we all knew that was a passion to try to reuse and recycle stuff. So shortly thereafter, fortunately, in came single stream recycling into the city of Austin, curbside recycling. And when that happened, I had a question. My neighbors kind of, what do we do with shredded paper? Scratch your head. And so I'll call. So I called Austin Resource Recovery and I said, hi, I'm a neighborhood block leader for the police department. You have those neighborhood block leaders. Can I be a neighborhood block leader for recycling? I'm like, well, sure. That's an idea. So who can I call to ask questions? Well, it changes all the time. But first question was, what do we do with shredded paper? And back then, it was okay to put it in your blue bin and roll down in a paper bag, roll the top down. That was good. But that changed. So because they had my name and my phone number, somebody called me. That's changed. Oh, okay. So I'll tell my neighbor. So I'm actually credited with the concept of block leaders because I was the one who could communicate from the city of Austin to my neighbors. And now there's a zero waste block leader program, which I helped develop, that asks people come who are and get trained into recycling. And then they're the ones who become the point person for their neighborhood to get recycling questions answered. So I want to just go right to this kind of stuff because recycling is confusing. It's like the weather. It's ever changing. Yeah. So not too long ago, there were 2 things that changed. One was the lid rule. There was a lid rule that all lids had to come off of the glass jars and stay on the plastic jars. And that has changed. And the rule now is lids stay on all jars, plastic or glass. They have the equipment to separate that, and we don't need to. And it's really good because a couple of lids that come on, glass jars are too little to recycle, but just plastic or metal or whatever, leave the lids on the glass jars and the plastic containers, okay? This is not recyclable. It is not compostable. It has to go into the trash. I would not recommend reusing it. Well, if you can come up with a way, but the reason is it's multi-layers of stuff that we call this mixed materials. So this keeps your stuff cold, keeps it fresh, but it's cardboard, it's wax. Believe it or not, there's aluminum foil as a part of this layer, and these layers cannot be separated to recycle this, and it's not compostable at all. So that has to go into your trash. Aluminum cans. This is the most recyclable item ever. This aluminum can may have been an aluminum can 20 years ago, same can, because it's so easy to process aluminum and remake these cans. But please do not flatten your cans, because these are sorted optically. So when they see the shape, then it goes into the aluminum can. Same with foil. They ask you to roll it in a 2-inch ball, because believe it or not, the optics pick up the same with the 2-inch aluminum foil ball and the this. Yes, sir.
I thought that was a 2-inch minimum ball.
It is a 2-inch minimum ball. Thank you. 2-inch minimum ball. Okay. 40 or 50 feet, they might ask you about, but yeah, 2-inch minimum ball. Thank you. Very good. Thank you for clarifying that.
What about washing them first?
A light rinse. A light rinse on the, you're talking about bottles.
All of it.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to empty, hopefully you'll empty this, but be sure your stuff is empty. Thank you. Be sure your bottles are empty, because again, they're sorted in such a way that if they've got water in it, they weigh more and they're not properly separated. So at the recycling center, they sort by hand, by air, by weight, hand, by air, and by optics. So I'll get into that in just a minute, how that has changed. Okay,
Dena,
so
could you, when you have hi, Tom, of course.
hi, Tom.
When you have a question from the audience, we on Zoom can't always hear it. So if you don't mind repeating the question to the audience so that we understand what the question is.
Okay, the question was really good. Is this a minimum of 2 inches or only 2 inches? And it's a minimum 2 inches. Okay, and the last question was, do you need to wash out your bottles? And you don't need to wash them out, perfectly, but you have to have them empty. Okay, so and if you hold your question just for a few minutes, I will get to a whole Q&A. But if you, yeah, this is okay. So mixed materials. Now, this is not aluminum foil. This is also considered a mixed material. It's foil-like, but a plastic coating. And here's how you know. Springs back open. Not aluminum foil, goes into your trash. Okay? Cellophane. Cellophane is often see-through, crinkly, unlike plastic. Very crinkly. Sadly, no end market for cellophane, goes into your trash. The insert to a cereal box or a box of Bisquick or cake mix throughout the stuff. Take this when you go to your plastic bag recycling bin at the HEB or wherever. This goes in it. This goes in it. Like cereal. So your cereal inserts. Yes, indeed. This, a lot of people wonder about this. Yeah, this is cellophane right here, but you can go ahead and just throw these into your recycling bin. It gets separated out and pushed off, and it's all good. This has actually saved my life learning about this. I was always taking these off. You don't need to. Leave them on. You can even leave a little roller, cardboard roller inside of it, because the when they get processed at the recycling plant, that comes off and separated out, their equipment does that. Yay. My toothpaste tube says recycle. It's got a little symbol on it. No. Again, mixed layers, you cannot recycle your toothpaste tube. I don't even think you can reuse it, but we won't go there. Okay, this is a mailer from Amazon. It's got a plastic lining inside the bubble wrap. Can't recycle it because they can't separate it out. Trash or reuse if you can. Okay, this is another mailer from Amazon which says recycle. This mailer like a box. No, little open, if you happen to notice, you open it up. Y'all see that white stuff? I don't know where I'm on camera. Can y'all see that inside this? That keeps this, they can't separate these layers out to recycle this. If it has these little white things in it, it has to go into the trash. This can go into your bins at the grocery store. Take off the label, but they go into your bins at the grocery store. The white with the plastic outside, plastic inside. Okay. If you do go to the recycle reuse drop-off center, which I do about once a month, I don't know if any of you have ever been there, but they don't take these. Okay, so just, and then that's just, their end market is different from what gets picked up at your house. Black plastic. This one has a recycling symbol on it. The one that's looking like a book down there does not. If it has a recycling symbol on it, it can go into your recycling bin. That's just changed because they got the optical equipment to be able to see the black plastic. For a while they couldn't. They're good. So if it's got a symbol, the one that's the book does not have a symbol on it. So we just reuse it. But if I weren't reusing it, if it broke, that one would have to go into the trash can. It's really hard to see it on the black. It's a little triangle with a number in it, or the chasing arrows.
See, I wouldn't have known what that is.
Oh, okay. Thank you. You know what? Y'all can pass this around. It's really hard to see this. Let's see. Do I have something with? Styrofoam. Some of you have styrofoam with your lunch. If you'll rinse it out, and if you know somebody who's going to the recycle reuse drop-off center, that's where it will go. So I don't know how many of you.
I will take things for people.
Okay. They take all kinds of styrofoam. The only thing they don't take are styrofoam peanuts. But I go down there about once a month, and I get my hamburger meat on styrofoam. I rinse it off, put it in a bag out in the garage, and I take them. Oops, sorry. Sorry. So, the Recycle Reuse Drop-Off Center does some really interesting research projects with this stuff. They have built car stops, the parking lot car stops. They built that out of styrofoam. I mean, it's compressed. It's really strong. And truck things that go behind trucks to help the brake on hills. They've created a bunch of stuff, and they do that right there at the City of Austin's Recycle Reuse Drop-Off Center.
So can the top of that be?
Yes. Yes.
Again,
Okay.
please
Compost
read
collection.
the question.
How many of you put stuff in your green bin at the curb?
Dena.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Question. Oh,
No,
I was going to ask how many of you use your
please
green
restate-
compost? Okay. Okay, great.
Restate the questions when they come from the audience. Restate the questions when they come from the audience. We're
No.
not.
I will. There wasn't. Was that a question? Did I miss a question?
Don't worry about it.
I
Now,
asked a question.
charge ahead.
I was, you're confusing me, Tom. Okay. You have to put stuff that goes into your green compost bin, food stuff. You can throw it in there, but if you want to use a bag, it has to be BPI certified compostable. There's a little mark on here that says 100% compostable, and then it's got the logo BPI. And that means that it is certified compostable in an organic compost facility, which ours is, to be able to be composted in 120 days. Now, you can throw stuff right into your green bin. You don't have to have a bag. You can use a paper bag, but you can't use a regular plastic bag. Plastic bags don't go into the compost bin, nor do they go into the recycling bin. Do not bag your recyclables.
Where do they go?
I'm sorry?
Where do they go then?
What?
Plastic bags.
Oh. He's asked, where do the plastic bags go? They go to the bins at HEB have them. A lot of your grocery stores have them. The plastic bag recycling bin is where regular plastic goes.
Even the big ones?
Oh, yeah. Any a film from around your toilet paper. If she asks, even the big bags, yes. All plastic bags can go to there, except frozen food bags cannot be recycled. they have to go into your trash because frozen food bags are treated with certain polymers to keep food from getting freezer burn. So too with soil bags, compost bags. I don't mean like this. I mean bags that you buy of compost, fertilizer. Those are bags, rocks. That plastic is treated with extra polymers to be able to withstand the weight. So those don't go into the bin at the grocery store. A question coming. I'll repeat it. Yes, ma'am.
Where do you get the green bags like you have right?
Okay. Where do you get the green bags like I have right here? I get these on Amazon. Yeah. I get them on Amazon. Yes, ma'am.
Tell us the brand. The ones I get from Amazon fall apart real easily.
She said the ones she gets from Amazon fall apart. I don't know.
HEB carries them also.
I'm sorry. Can we turn that up? Sorry, I barely hear it.
You have a-
Just a second, Tom. She- Okay. Let me address this thing. She said her bags fall apart. Don't let them get too full. They do disintegrate. That's why they're compostable, because in the compost heaps they disintegrate. So I've had that happen. We take it out of the bin to the, and it. So don't let them get too full and take it out fairly often, and that won't happen. It's less likely to happen. Okay. Let's see.
Dena,
Yes.
I get those bags at Randall.
Okay. He asked where, he said he gets the
Really
bags
inexpensive.
at Randall's. Okay. Just be sure they're BPI certified. Okay. So compost, not all compost companies are organic. And yes, that can be recycled. She's holding up a plastic bin and are you asking if that can be recycled? She's holding up a little plastic thing from her lunch. And yes, it can be recycled. Just be sure the food's out of it. Okay.
What about the label?
That's fine. Just leave it on.
Oh, that's okay.
Yes, because it's just like these labels, they come off in the processing. So she was asking, do we leave the label on?
But you said they have to take the label off.
Oh,
those
right.
bags,
I-
those things.
Right. It's different. This is going into recycling bin. This is going into the bins at the grocery store. Okay, this does not go in your recycling bin. This bag does not go in your recycling bin. So there are, one of the problems with compost, there's no food in here. One of the problems with composting is that people are taking these with their leftover food and throwing them into the compost bin, and that's a problem. That contaminates the compost pile. So some places are offering what they call compostable takeout containers, but unless they are BPI certified and it would be marked on there, they have to go into the trash. But these will go into your recycling bin. Okay, yes.
What else can go in the compost bin?
What else can go in the compost bin is the question. Okay. Tissue can go in the compost bin. Paper towels that don't have cleaning product on it can go in the compost bin. All your food that lettuce, that bad cantaloupes, whatever, all that can go in your compost bin. Plus leaves and sticks. And then if you don't have room for leaves and sticks, they'll go into an extra garbage can and they'll pick that up.
Or shredded paper?
Shredded paper is a question, where can that go in? And yes, shredded paper can go into your compost bin. You would want to put it in either a bag like this or a paper bag. Yeah, because it goes everywhere. It goes everywhere. Another question. Yes, sir.
Where do we put the dog poop in the little bags?
The dog poop goes into your trash. But that's a really good question. Yes, where do you put the dog poop in the plastic bags? Dog poop will contaminate the compost. And if they find stuff like that, needles, a lot of glass have been put in the compost bin, then the compost that got dumped goes to the landfill. And they've wasted all that compost. And people, I just toured the Organics by Gosh compost company. The stuff gets dumped at Organics by Gosh. When it picks your stuff up at your house, it gets dumped there, and people by hand stand on these 50-foot mounds of what's been dumped and sort it as best they can. So if they see a dog poop bag, it comes out before it gets ground up into compost. It's an amazing facility. Organics by Gosh. Yes, sir.
It's my understanding cardboard pizza boxes can go in there also.
Yes.
Oh, he asked if cardboard pizza boxes, they can go into your compost bin, not into the blue recycling bin. And people will say, but it's clean. when pizza gives off steam, it also gives out off oils that you can't necessarily see, and that makes it not recyclable. But yes, in your compost bin. Okay.
But the pizza box doesn't have any layers in it,
Well, we're talking about compost.
so yes.
Pizza boxes always go into the compost bin, not to recycling.
But you said various other boxes cannot go into the compost.
Oh, this, because it won't compost. Cardboard will compost.
Okay,
Yeah.
any kind of cardboard.
Oh, yes, but this won't compost because it's not cardboard. It's layers of materials.
Okay.
Yes, good question. She was asking, about layers in a cardboard, but all cardboard can be composted or recycled if it's clean, not pizza boxes.
But I just assumed pizza boxes probably had insulating material.
It's fine. Just
Okay.
put your pizza box in there and they'll make it in the dirt for you. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Handles on bags, where I'm living right now, they have to be cut off like this.
She's asking about handles on bags that are like rope. Yes, that you need to pull those off because they get caught up in the machinery at the recycle.
All handles.
Yes, yes, yes. All handles, because at the recycling center, the machinery, it gets caught in the machinery.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
I was under the impression that you couldn't compost shiny cardboard.
Shiny cardboard.
Yeah, glossy cardboard.
Oh, I
Like
don't
the
know.
box that your toothpaste comes in. is all-
Oh, that won't go in compost. No, that will go in the box your toothpaste comes in. If that's what you're talking about, goes into the recycling bin.
So that,
It's shiny, but it's not layers of stuff like this. I know it's hard to differentiate, but yeah, all boxes. Oh my God, I cleaned out some stuff today and threw all these boxes and pill bottles, empty, can go into a recycling bin, and you can leave the plastic lid on. And
Label too?
excuse me,
The label you can leave on?
yeah,
that's a personal security issue.
that might be
Yeah, you wanna.
mark it out, or that's a good point. Yeah, she's asking about pill bottles, leaving the labels on, and yes, you can leave the labels on and the caps on pill bottles. So, yeah. Say again.
Mark out the label.
You can mark out the label, right? I tried peeling it off. It doesn't work very well.
How about broken glass?
Good question. He's asking about broken glass. Broken glass should be put into a paper bag or some sort of bag and put into your trash. And the reason you put it in something is so that the workers who might end up accidentally handling it, don't get injured. Safety is their concern. Good question.
Not recycled.
No, broken glass is not recyclable.
Question from some Zoomers.
Okay, yes.
Where do bones go?
Oh, bones can go into your compost bin. Yep. If you have a backyard compost bin like I do, we don't put bones. We don't put food in there because it attracts critters. Well, food would be, we do put things like lettuce pieces and stuff, but we do not, that will go into your avocado seeds, into your green compost bin. What's the next question?
That is all.
Oh, that is it. Okay.
Now, Tom McCourse has a question.
Yes, Tom.
Hi there. Mention, if you hadn't already planned to, about your little handy guide that you sent out recently about sorry you asked, because that is such a wonder. What I've asked her about, if y'all can hear me, is this wonderful guide, because nobody remembers all this stuff except Dena. And so she has a guide to share.
It should be on your handout. Okay, I know. He said there's a guide on your handout. Can I see one of those handouts? Because mine's a little different. Just for a second. Thanks, Joanna. Okay. On the handout that you got, it says, oh, it doesn't say that. Okay. Here we go. I have a compilation of recycling questions called I Was Wondering About. And it's about 100 questions. And when I send it to you, you just click on aerosol cans. It immediately takes you to the aerosol can section, or lids. And so it's set up so you could just click on it and it'll take you to that thing. And it's got lots of questions and answers that I've received over the years. And this, again, a call I was wondering about. And if you want to write that down, and my email address is there. I have to send it electronically. I can't print it out because it's about 30 pages. But yeah, and I will happily send that to you. Just email me and no problem. I'll send it electronically. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty useful. I've gotten some amazing questions over the years. Oh, boxes with staples and tape goes right into your recycling bin. You do not have to take the tape off. You do not have to take the staples out. Junk mail. The average American receives 848 pieces of junk mail a year. That's equal to 1.5 trees every year. Almost 190 million trees are your junk, is what used to be your junk mail. So if you're tired of doing that, there is on the, I believe there's a on the handout, the opt out. Is that on the bottom? I've got several.
It is.
Okay, that opt out will help you stop junk mail. My mailman loves me. We get about 2 pieces of mail every 3 days. And we just don't get much because the minute we get something we don't want, we either, go to the website and unsubscribe, or we do it through this opt out. So it really helps. When we go away for a couple of weeks, we just don't even hold the mail. So, all right. Let's see if I make sure I didn't forget anything.
Is that on here?
Yes.
It's third from the bottom.
Yeah.
Right after here are some very helpful.
Unwanted catalogs.
Okay.
Yeah. Wish cycling. Gosh, I sure hope they can recycle this and throw it in the bin. Please don't. Wish cycling is a real problem because it really contaminates the recycling pile. It contaminates everything. And contamination is one of the biggest problems. And that's why China quit taking America's recycling, because it was so contaminated. And by the way, we have really, really strong recycling markets here in Austin. A lot of companies went under and ours did not. They saw ahead what was coming. And when the one of the end recyclers went bankrupt in Louisiana, they started taking our stuff to Canada. They immediately had a buyer because it's a business. Recycling is not a nonprofit. And when people go, yeah, I heard they pick it up at the curb and then they throw it into the landfill. You don't make money doing that. You make money by selling the recyclable materials. And we have really, really, really strong markets here in Austin and really good recycling facilities. So the little mantra is, when in doubt, throw it out. Yes, sir.
So how much of our plastic is actually recycled?
Good question. In Austin,
How much of our,
the question is, how much of our plastic is actually recycled? All the recyclable plastics that go to the to the recycling facility for the North Austin is Balcones Resources, South Austin is Texas Disposal. It gets recycled. Some plastics, and this is not what we do here in terms of sorting, but some company, when it gets to the end, the plastic that has been recycled to the end of its life gets turned into picture frames or benches. So it's always reused, and we don't determine that, and they don't determine that at Balcones Resources. But as the plastic goes along to its markets, they determine that. So our plastic is recycled unless it does not have a number on it. Yes.
So I heard a guy talk about the recycling here in Austin. He's also got a business doing all this type of stuff. Well, it's not a business, kind of nonprofit. But he said that the colored plastic, very little of it at the end gets recycled. It gets sent out to the recyclers, but at the end, like the Tide, the big Tide, you know how it's that bright red color.
Yeah.
Or the softeners, the fabric softeners,
Right.
the blue. So anything
yeah.
that's really colored, in the end, most of that does not have there's no use for it. Nobody wants that.
She's asking about colored plastic, guys. So, and I'd like to know what the source was,
I'll get it for you.
because that's not true, by the way. Because I've got a nice tour of the recycling facility. I've seen they've got all the dish detergent boxes, and in one, it's kind of together in one huge thing. They squish it down and put in these things that get hauled off on something. So there is no limit on
Well, I
the,
think that it gets hauled off.
well, right, but they wouldn't haul it off if the end game wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, that's-
So I don't know what the resource is, but there is not a problem here. Yes, sir.
Where is this facility?
Oh, Balcones Resources is out on Johnny Morris Road. So it's out kind of near where the rodeo is.
Yes.
You go out 290
Decker
and
Lake.
Decker
Decker
Lane.
Lake.
Decker Lake-ish area. It's a fabulous facility. And it's got, the trucks come in and they get weighed and then they get dumped and then everything goes onto a conveyor belt. And it's just amazing. In my Next Lettuce Recycle, I even have a video a link to a video you can watch them trying to separate things. It's pretty amazing. So.
Is that the same as the one in South Austin?
The South Austin is the same, except it's Texas disposal system. She's asking, is the recycling facility in South Austin the same? And it's not the same company, but it is the same rule. They have the same rules.
You're talking about the one on Business Center Drive?
No, that's a totally different.
No, the Texas disposal system is who picks up your recycling and trash south of the river. Okay. He's asking about the recycle reuse drop-off center. That's on Business Center Drive. And you have to have an appointment to do that. And I believe there's a link here to get an appointment. And that's where you take your styrofoam, your hazmat stuff, cardboard. If you're, like my neighbors, they have so much cardboard from Amazon and a myriad of things, electronics.
Take an amazing array
Oh, and they're so nice
of
there.
anything you can't figure out. Just
Pretty much, except they don't take these now. I was shocked.
Question over here.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry.
2 questions at the very first. Do you keep the cap on the top of the glass bottle or do you take it off?
No. All lids stay on all bottles
lids.
now. All lids stay on all bottles. This has changed within the last 6 or 7 months.
You just saved me and Sue some arguments. Thank you.
All lids, no matter, this lid, all lids.
What is it?
Oh, wait, he asked again about the lids. All lids, glass or plastic, stay on the bottle.
And how long is it? Like, I hate to throw away in the trash a perfectly good Starbucks cup because it's limited. How soon will they broaden out what they can recycle?
He asked how soon we'll be able to recycle the cups from Starbucks,
Or,
Yeah.
like that?
something like that. Some of them are plastic that they give you. So I got a coffee, something yesterday, iced coffee, and it came in a plastic thing with a plastic lid and a compostable straw that's BPI certified. But you have to take it home to recycle it because they have nothing for your compost straws. But that's kind of the problem. But the cups he's talking about have a wax liner and you can't recycle them. And when will that change? I don't know. I know when I go to Russell's or I go to Starbucks and I want hot coffee, I take my Yeti. I always do. Russell's will give you a big discount if you bring your own cup in. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Russell's over on Balcones. Y'all meet over there, don't you? If you take your own cup, they charge you, for your Yeti cup, they charge you for a small. So that's how I address it.
Well, and Starbucks gives you pennies off for filling.
Yes, she said Starbucks gives you a few pennies. They give you a nickel off. Oh, and if you go to Central Market and you ask for a paperless coffee, it's about almost $1 off.
Really?
Yeah, take your own cup.
That's good to know.
Yes.
in which neighborhood do you live?
He's asking where I live. You know where Highland Park Elementary School is? I live down the street from that school.
You're close.
I'm close to here. Yeah. Any more Zoom questions?
No.
I'm gonna see if I've covered
A
everything.
lot of smiles and thank you.
Oh, that's great.
Wire hangers. Please don't put wire hangers in your recycling bin. You can put plastic hangers, believe it or not, but the wire hangers get bent and then caught up in the machinery. And when that machinery gets a hose wrapped around it or wire hanger, they have to stop everything, climb up on the conveyor belts, pull it out at the cost of $12,000 an hour. That's what it costs. And that ends up costing us, okay? Because we pay them to do this. And then they pay us, the city of Austin, what gets recycled. So if you throw a bunch of stuff in your bin that's not recyclable, they're not going to get money for that. And we don't get the money for it. So
What do we do with the coat hangers?
Coat hangers, what do we do with coat hangers? The coat hangers, the coat hangers can go to your dry cleaning places up here at Park Crest. They'll take them.
Any laundry room.
Yeah.
Any
Go
longer.
where?
Oh, Park Crest cleaners will take them.
Any cleaners will take?
I think so. I know Park Crest for sure.
Rates takes.
Good. Reese takes
Question.
them. Yes.
Where do old paint cans and oil cans go?
Where do paint cans and oil cans go? The Recycle Reuse Drop-Off Center. Now, they have a program where they will come to your house and pick up some hazmat material.
Yeah.
And I don't have the information in front of me how you make that happen. I believe it's just in District 10, but they're expanding that district. So any of you live in District 10? Okay, so I think you can have them come to your house and pick up the cans like that. They won't pick up styrofoam and they won't pick up cardboard, but they will pick up hazmat materials. So yes, sir.
Fluorescent tubes,
Say again.
fluorescent lights.
Yes, he's asking about fluorescent lights. Yes, they will take that at the Recycle Reuse Drop-Off Center, but I don't think they will pick that up at your house. And if you are interested in that and you'll email me, I can send you the information. So put my email close to your heart and feel free to email me. I get questions every week and I learn something new every time. Yes, ma'am.
So I took a empty gasoline, like lawnmower gasoline can down to the business center drive recycling. And so they said they wouldn't take it, I could put it in my trash. So I just thought that maybe they would take the can and do something with it, but they wouldn't take it. So he said, just put it in your trash.
Yeah,
Do that.
I guess if they say that,
Maybe if there's something in it, they'll take it
yeah,
and dispose of what's in it, and then they probably throw
you
the
know,
can away.
yeah, it's a good question of what to do with a gas can she took down to the RODOC and they wouldn't take it because it was a plastic they couldn't recycle.
Well, it was tin, or like, you know.
Oh, a tin one. Oh, because of the metal. Okay, because it was a metal can.
Metal can.
Yeah, they will take propane tanks down there. They will take propane tanks down at the Recycle Reuse Drop-Off Center.
They also take fire extinguishers.
And they'll take fire extinguishers, yes. I mean, they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. And these guys work so hard. Yes, sir.
So the Recycle Reuse Center is the only place where we can take styrofoam, right?
Correct. He said it's a Recycle Reuse Drop-Off Center, the only place you can take styrofoam. That is correct. However, there is an initiative from the Rotary Club of South Austin where first Saturday of each month, they collect styrofoam and then they take it down to the RODOC. But the truth is, if you live north, it's just as easy to go down to the Recycle Reuse Drop-Off Center. But in my next newsletter, I do this several months ahead of time, but in the next Lettuce Recycler, so I have the information about where that's located. They're at Tony Burger Center, first Saturday of the month, and they will take styrofoam. And they've taken.
They also do it at the farmer's market on Sunset Valley.
That's it. That's them.
Oh,
Yeah, the farmers market in Sunset Valley is where they'll take styrofoam.
Yeah.
Yes. You have a
Do
question?
you need to make an appointment still?
Yes. Yes, you still need to make an appointment at the RODOC, Recycle Reuse Drop-Off Center, unless you are a block leader, as I am, and they give you a hang tag. Oh, that's right. I remember. I saw her. We were at the Cherrywood Coffee House a couple of weeks ago. They lost my train of thought.
They give you a hang.
Oh, they give you a hang tag, and so you just go in whenever you want to. Yeah,
It's wonderful.
but you have to be a zero waste block leader, which means you get trained in how to communicate the questions to the city from your neighbors. So
I just wanted to add something. The fluorescent lights you can take to Home Depot to get recycled also, and batteries. Because a lot of people just throw them in the trash.
it's true.
Bad.
Batteries.
Batteries can go to the library.
Bulbs as well.
I know they take those down at the RODOC. I don't know about Home Depot. They're limited at
The
Home Depot.
compact fluorescents, is that what you're talking about?
I don't think they take those
Oh,
LEDs.
I don't know.
I don't either. You can, well, good luck in calling Home Depot and asking. Yes.
What about the different types of batteries? I've heard only the rechargeables are recyclable or whatever.
He's asking about the different types of batteries. He'd heard that only the rechargeables are recyclable, and that is not true. All batteries are recyclable, and they will take them at your library. Your closest libraries have I think all of them have bins that will take your batteries, not a car battery. That would be the only thing, but all the other batteries they take.
So where does the car battery go?
Car batteries can go to places like AutoZone, and they'll, I think, charge you to take them there.
Okay.
And I don't know if it can go to the RODC or not. I can't remember.
I believe that it does.
Oh, does, okay. He thinks that, yeah, you can look online. This website I gave you called, what do I do with? It's at the very top of your paper. That is a really good resource that the city of Austin has. What do I do with? So you go to the city of Austin, you go to this website that I have printed here, and you type in, what do I do with? Like aluminum foil, it'll tell you. My laundry basket, it'll tell you. By the way, your plastic laundry basket's considered hard plastic, and that can go into your recycling bin if you can fit it in there. Yeah, it should say, here's a very informative City of Austin website. Is that what yours says?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's huge, huge help. And they really try to keep that up today.
I've recently taken LED lights down to the reuse
Uh-huh.
center. They take them.
They will. They won't.
They're electronics, so to speak.
They won't take incandescent. They won't take incandescent bulbs. There's no market for them.
We're about at time.
Okay.
Zoomers, do we have any other questions for Dena?
I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And you all see why she's one of my unsung heroes. Thank you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Now, Dr. McCourt says now you know why Miss Dena Houston is one of his unsung heroes.
So sweet. Thank you. Let me brush my teeth. Yes, sir. I'm here.
My question is, I finished eating a microwave TV dinner, entree, and I have some food left in it, so how much water should I use to clean it out before I put it in the recycle?
I guess I'm not sure what the containers you're talking about. Is it like this?
No, it's like the black one.
Yeah.
Like that black one? Oh, yeah. If it's got a recycling symbol, just rinse the food out of it. Yeah, because this, yeah, food contaminates it. So yeah, clean it out.
Well, to completely clean it out, sometimes it takes a lot of water, so I'm just wondering.
Oh, really?
Depends on
Use
what-
your judgment. I don't know.
Spaghetti sauce of certain types.
Yeah, but that'll clean out of this. Now, it won't clean out of styrofoam very easily. So if it's really stained, it's gonna have to go in the trash. They won't take dirty styrofoam down there.
You can run it to the dishwasher.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And if you have a jar of peanut butter, you have a 4-year-old, say, could you lick it? Or a dog? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Comment about shredding paper.
Yes.
Your personal papers and that. I was stymied by that for years. I found a really good place. It's called A-Tech Shredding. It's on North Burnett Road, just north of 183, right? And they are super efficient. They pay you for it.
They pay you, really?
Yeah.
Hope you ain't more than.
No, you have to pay.
I was just asking.
But the rate is extremely reasonable, and so they shred it, and then they take it to the Balcony Center place you mentioned, and they reuse it all.
Really?
So they don't just shred it and burn it or dump it. It just
Interesting. I'm not familiar with that.
right. ATEX shredding, and they have a website, and they only most of them do commercial. So you have to go between, people like us have to go between 11 and 12 Monday through Friday. So
Or you can still
great.
put
And
it
you
in
can
your.
watch the whole thing.
Yeah. And that's a good suggestion, but you also can just put it in your green bin and then it becomes compost. It's pretty easy. You don't have to go
Yeah,
anywhere.
but some of it may be too personal to classify as, have personal.
But once you shred it, I mean, mine does little pieces. Well, if you're concerned about that, then that would certainly be an option for you. Yeah. And in the old days, we shredded everything because everything had our social security number on it, and but we get everything electronically now. And that's another thing. I don't know if you all are into doing that, but if you would save a lot of paper if you get your bills electronically, if you pay your bills electronically, and it's something that you have to kind of want to do. But like I said, we don't get anything in the mail hardly. So, are we done? I don't want to take up too. Oh, we got one more question.
I
Yes.
got an announcement if we're done. In the past, in December, we've often not had a meeting because it fell too close to Christmas Day. This year, the third Wednesday is a whole week before Christmas. So you want to have a December meeting this year?
You asking us?
I'm asking.
Yes.
you.
It's a poll.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have Christmas cookies.
Ooh.
There we go.
I'll eat whatever you can make.
Now, guys, I doubt that they have recycling here. I haven't seen anything. So you just might take your bottles home and recycle them or your containers because businesses aren't so keen on that. But please feel free to contact me. I like I said, learn something new every day.
Right, sign up for her newsletter.
Yeah.
Yes, and the packet of information that Dena had referred to multiple times, I will email that out to everyone so that you don't have to worry about it since I have the attendance. Also, I wanted to welcome two guests today, Darlene Watson and David Hogan. Thank you for joining us. And yes, and Brad. Yeah. Well, for lunch he's our guest. He's a usual at happy hour. So before noon, wow, you look the same. So the last ask that I have of you is that there is a 2024 village survey in front of you or feedback form. This is something that's still, if you will comment on that and let me know if there are any questions that you don't understand, if there are not any enough options, because I would like to make those edits to the survey and then actually distribute it at our potluck. I hope everybody's coming on Monday.
Where's that?
You can come.
No, but where? I'm just
Tarrytown United Methodist.
Oh, cool.
That building. And we're gonna have live music. For the first hour.
Live music, a trivia contest, prizes, a best dessert contest also.
Oh.
Right.
Joanna, I didn't get a copy of this or the survey. Anybody have extra copies?
I do.
Or just
Now,
leave
do
these
you
on
want
the
us to
table?
actually
Because
fill it
the
out? or
idea
just
behind
make
this was not
Flip-
to fill it out.
Fill it out like you would and make comments also, because there are a couple of things that have already been pointed out that I didn't think about as a survey taker.
It's like fourth grade.
I'm not leaving it so nice and cool in here. If I had a bag, I'd take all this home, but I can't. I mean, all the recyclables, but there's no way I can manage it with my cane. So, well, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm so happy that you guys came.
I thought you were talking about Monday.
Right.
And then can I pick you up for what you call it tomorrow?
So whoever's this is, would you all take it? I may not be able to get it in my bag.
Yeah, second.
Let's see if I get it. Can't you recycle it? I can, but I'm not sure. I walk with two poles, so it's kind of, you know.
Considered the plastic like HEB?
Yes, this will go to the HEB, absolutely.
Thank you.